Hello, party people. Welcome back to another GR Live. I believe I'm recording right now. Yes, I am. I just had to make sure that the PlayStation audio is recording. Welcome back. As I say, today we're going on a journey. Not just any journey, we're going to walk down the Midnight Walk. Now, the Midnight Walk, you may not know, is a game from Moonhood Studios. It is a sort of claymation slash all sorts of stop motion animation adventure in which we will play as a guy who lives in a world without light, and we're trying to restore light and fire to that world. It is a lovely adventure. I've already reviewed it. You can check out the review now on gamereactor.eu. You can also check out Sweden's reviewers' opinions and Denmark's reviewers' opinions if you speak those languages, or if you want to just use a cheeky Google Translate on wherever you get your Game Reactor from. But otherwise, I thought we'd just get straight into checking out the Midnight Walk because it's a really sweet game. It's really nice, and I really enjoyed it. It's VR like optional. I wrote in my review it's like compatible with VR, but you don't need to use VR to play it, right? So we're just gonna get cracking with it. I think it's really nice. I know that a lot of people sorry, I just got a random Discord mention about the Midnight Walk, and I thought, have I not been meant to be playing this right now? Anyway, so we're gonna do a new game because I've beaten the game. I've got both the endings. All previous progression will be lost. Are you sure? Hold on, let me just check. What if we go chapter select? Previous game progression will be lost except for collectibles. Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm going to play it again anyway.
After the end of the world, the burnt one woke from a deep slumber, broken, deaf, and blinded.
Don't adjust your screens. We are just in the world. I'm just gonna see actually if I can turn the audio down a bit, because even though this is a game meant for listening, that still seems quite loud. I don't think we want to blow out the noises because there's some louder moments. And we don't want to blow out my ears, really. I mean, you know, I'm trying to keep up with the audio here. So yeah, it's a game with like little creatures like this. This guy gives us our eyes. Thank you very much. Pop those in there. And the other one. Let's pop that in there. It's a really beautiful game. Really, really beautiful game. Give me my ears. It's a really short game as well. You can pretty much like, I got through it in about 4 hours, the PS5 tells me, although the PS5 timing is a bit iffy at best, really. Oh, hello. So got a key there. As you can see, there's a little blip that'll show me where things are. That's because I was playing this without headphones initially, on the big telly in my house, because I wanted to get more of like a proper visual experience with it. As I do think the game needs kind of a larger screen for you to look at it properly and enjoy it, you know? It's a cozy little time, cozy little game. You see here, the like fire kind of brings the world back to life in a way. Keep the matchstick on me, just in case I needs it.
The spark had once again been lit. It was told that for the being who kept fire in their heart, all darkness would vanish. Nevertheless, this long night seemed endless and fraught with perils.
So you see here, we can mark this. We can mark this. There's another one over here that we can mark if we make it in time. Perfect. Going up here, I've already got this collectible, but I'll show you. Going up here gets you a lovely little... They remind me of the One Piece snail phones a bit.
What were they thinking? That thing was meant to remain dead. I'm never gonna come out again, no sir. And here it's just me. Lonesome ragdoll with his mask. Alone and at peace. They burn it all away, and for what? Shine a little light on things? I can see just fine in the dark. In the dark, I can see everything clear as day. What were they thinking?
Just the creepy little dark there. I'm not just like absolutely unfazed by jump scares, by the way. I kind of knew that one was coming. So we've already got this collectible, so we're not going to get it again, unfortunately. Yoy! Brightness is kind of tweaking me out a bit. Just gonna sprint now, so he doesn't see me. I like how it gave me 2 different tutorials for sneaking, for crouching.
Focus on the eye and close your eyes to
lovely game.
things clear.
I gave it an 8 in my review. There's some things about this game that don't necessarily feel like a game, like a typical game that you'd play. Like a lot of the mechanics. Oh, we're eaten alive! Can I turn the brightness up at all? Just so I can actually see. Yeah, there we go. I can see a bit more clearly now. It's probably gonna like immediately blast our eyes whenever we see a bit light up. New follower, Debargeon. Hello, my headphones aren't working. Wait, I could have sworn we got this collectible. Meow. Can I chat instead? No, I can't chat instead. Unfortunately, sorry, I got both hands on the controller right now. Also, I don't even know if I can chat back. But yeah, sorry about that. Where does this take me? This is just another loop. Yeah. I have a feeling as well, like, I kind of hate when people join in the stream and they ask stuff like, which game do you think works? 'Cause it's like, I kind of know you're either a bot or you're trying to scam me right now. I've never fallen for a Twitch scam, but it's just like the amount of people that join this stream and they're like, hey, I want to show you my art. It's like, you know, at a certain point I get tired of being like, dude, I can't give you, I don't have the capacity for that, big man, you know? What up, plug? Say hello to Potboy gang. Where do you run off to? Why is that ridiculously bright over there? I actually don't know where I can go there. Where did the light want me to go? Is it like here? I looked away for a second. I can't tell you where I meant to. Obviously there's the big shining thing on this matchbox. And Potboy ran off. But the brightness is so low that I literally... Let me turn it up, man. I cannot see a thing right now. This wasn't actually a problem when I was... It's going to be blinding. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, here it is. See, that's the thing, that didn't look like a path to me. Potboy thinks I'm evil, so we have to get him a snack. Is he down there? We can knock on with a bit of coal, give him a little treat. Tame our own Potboy. Little Potboy. Get 2 of these, maybe so you can grab with other hand in VR. It's interesting to think about this as a VR game because obviously I just played it with controller and stuff, so. But there's been a lot of thought put into the VR stuff, like how you can close your eyes and how you can listen out for stuff. Apparently, like if you close your eyes while you're wearing a VR headset, then the game considers your eyes closed, which is quite nice. Yeah, Potboy, we feed some coal, man. I don't want any coal. You're gonna get some, Potboy. Shove it in your mouth. Come here. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. do
in
love
the
the
midst
soundtrack
of darkness, lo and behold,
It creates a great
a
sense of like
friendship
longing.
kindled. The fire that spread with it seemed so small against the vast night sky. Small and flickering, but defiant.
Come on, boy. Skidoosh. I do think it's quite, it's a well-paced little story as well. Oh my god, this chauffeur!
With wire, clay, and fire, the craftsmen built the foundations, followed by the trees and the rocks. And after them came little houses for us tiny ones to cower in. For existence
Oh boy,
was
walk
so
on the thing I
big,
just told you to
so
walk on, man.
vast, that without a roof above one's head, one could have fallen straight into the skies. And yet, with all that stuff, they didn't know what to do with us. So I reckon that's why they built the Midnight Walk. For us to wander, for lack of reason.
Hello? He knows I'm here. Can I get Pop Boy to light up one of those things and then just run away? No, he'll leave on his own, right? Yeah. Yeah, off he goes. Thank you, Pop Boy. You gentle soul, you. Anything over here? I say it's actually really hard to see. I played this. I didn't even like mostly play it in the dark or anything, but I think the dark is probably how you want to play it. It's always quite difficult to see stuff. Well, I can light up this one. Where's a match? Are there seriously like no matches here? Okay. That one can be lit. That one can be lit. So because I played this quite recently as well, I do know where a lot of these puzzles are. But they're also quite simple. Like, this isn't a game that's going to really test you. Again, it's like, it's made with VR in mind. It seems as much as it's made with, like,
The crawlers eat
normal
fire,
playing in
it's
mind.
true they do, but most of all they feed on you. Don't you know? Howdy do. Didn't you hear? They eat you too. Fire, fire, aye, it's true.
Whoa! The dark may just collapse into literal hell. I was just looking at the floor there. Oh. Oh, Pop Boy needs fire again. Pop Boy, you silly nana. There you go, mate. So I have to put his head through that, or can I just do it? Ah, here we go. This is the road, the Midnight Walk. I do like the
And
fact that the
so
road's
it
called Midnight
was.
Walk. I like it when the
burnt
title comes
one
into a
and
game
a
quite
small
easily.
flame took a wander down the midnight walk.
There we go, we've got the title card and we're only 20 minutes in. Usually in these hour streams I just barely get to the title card and then it's like, what a perfect place to end! Goodbye everybody! I do think like if you just like look at this and it's like that'd be like a great bit of like desktop wallpaper or something. I don't know. This is so pretty in its design.
In the closing nights
Oh,
of this era,
hello.
a wandering flame. How rare. A little pot boy. This is already the end. Your pot boy, the last ember of the work table that was. You are destined to carry this torch to Moon Mountain. It is inevitable. We must all partake. Your purpose burnt into clay. Your pot boy must spread his fire. Walk now. Spread your fire. Walk, walk, walk. The soothsayers have spoken. The soothsayers have spoken.
Did they just disappear? Ooh. Spooky. Spooky. So you notice how that's already closer than it was? Remember how I was saying this is a short game? I don't think I could speedrun it in the hour, considering it took us 20 minutes to get here. It is
Whether
cute,
they
isn't it? It's a
held
cute,
or
it's a
lacked
lovely, cute
reason,
little game.
It didn't matter. When times were dark and winds blew cold,
I love
there
Pop
wasn't
Boy.
much left to do.
He's a nice little
And
guy.
it was quite enough to simply put one foot
Good afternoon,
in front
sir.
of the other.
This shoe, by the way, I'll tell you, this is one of the developers' shoes that was scanned in, and they had to like cover it in like some sort of thing to make it look dirty. These were new shoes, got scanned in. They don't look so new now. Just been playing some more. Have you got around to playing Claire Obscure yet, Alberta? Because I've just been bashing through the like bits that I didn't get to do in my review playthrough of that. You know, some of the late game stuff. And nice. Thank you, probably. And I found this broken ability for Mael, one of the characters, that they're now nerfing literally tomorrow. So I've just been before, like last night, I was just rushing desperately to try and get as many boss kills with this broken ability as possible, because I'm just trying to round off the last achievements that I've got on it. I think I've got like a few achievements left, and then I might do a final playthrough of Baldur's Gate, or I might. So I've got a fair few of these, by the way. I've got 6 out of 17, so there's not actually that many that I've got, but there's also not that many in the game. Like if I put the Midnight Walk itself on, you know, we chill out in Housey. So apparently I've got 0 out of 2 here. I guess that it only shows you the ones that you've got in here when you've got them. I haven't got the time just for the prologue. Yeah, it can be a... So I've got all the ones here for like Housey and some characters that we probably won't get to today, that are very interesting. I've also got a little film here. I only met characters and said goodbye to Alice. Oh my god, I forgot about that. But yeah, really, really phenomenal game if you get a chance to play it. The thing I will say, when you get to the late game, there's a real uphill battle in terms of if you're not just doing the story to finish it.
Even the sun seemed tired, and she had all the rocks she needed, so she decided to treat herself to a long nap.
But I don't know, unfortunately, I don't have all the movies here. You see, I'm missing 2, I'm missing 3. I've got most of them. I've got 10 out of 15. The thing I'm lacking on is really the music. The miniature things I've got a lot of as well. But anyway, yeah, Claire is so good in Act 3, but the point is, it goes from a point where you doing like 10,000 damage is enough to the point where you need to do like 1,000,000 damage per hit. Like, the reason I've been using this overpowered ability is because it's just otherwise so, not impossible, but it's such a slog to get through some of the end game fights. Not in the story. As I say, the story is still like fine if you're just rocking like not really a build and you've just got characters that you think are fun to play and items that you want. But like, I'm gonna have to respec some of my characters to do some of the final challenges if I can't rush through some of the final bosses. But then again, it's like, you know, am I using something massively OP? Is that fair? Not really. But they are nerfing it, so we'll see. We'll see how things go. Maybe instead of doing 10 million damage, I'd do 1,000,000 damage, and that's still fine. But yeah, like, I never thought that the game would actually get to that point, because that's kind of a spoiler as well, but at one point in the game you do get the ability to go past the 9,999 damage cap. And after that point, the damage can get ridiculous. There's another shoe. We've got our little house joining us. When I say little, he's the biggest thing that we've got at the minute. Oh, he's my favourite character, Hansi. So let me just read this. Yes, I've heard about optional bosses that have millions of health points. And a friend told me that the game breaks down into absurdity with damage. That's also the fun of games like Final Fantasy. Yeah, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so to me it was a bit of a shocker. Because, like, even in something like Baldur's Gate 3, right, which is similarly turn-based in terms of its combat, you're still, like,
Close your eyes. Listen.
able to
They sense you. They
get through enemies without really having a build. You just get strong enough to the point where you are able to take them down.
beautiful.
XGR Live, Final Fantasy X, yeah. Back to the oldies. I'd love to do like a proper like playthrough of something on a GR Live. Like a game like that, or like go to a game where I've been to the late game. So like, for example, doing Claire Obscure's Endless Tower or something just for an hour. Because that's something I've just wrapped up. Which I did use the broken strategy to get through. But, you know, I think I might try and like do a respec of pretty much all of my characters at some point when I want to deal with the final. When I want to deal with the final lot of enemies. Hello. How ugly he is. I'd love to see additional live view. Yeah, like when we went back to Baldur's Gate 3, for example, even though that was the start of a new save, that was really fun to do because it was like revisiting the game after an old amount of time. Because I've said this. We want to get the hell out of here. I've said this before. Me and Ben have talked about it. Obviously, it was different when we had dear old Rebecca doing the streams. I don't say. I don't mean that she's old when I say dear old. I just mean that she's not obviously doing the streams anymore. But you know, it would be nice to maybe give some. Was I not hidden? Said I can hide behind some objects and literally pick that thing. Anyway, I think I remember what I have to do here. I'm just trying to. Yeah. Ooh. Your sight will grow darker to indicate you being hidden. Yeah, but if he walks past me. Dead there. Unless we're not. Is he stuck there? try and make a run for the wardrobe. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. It's a creepy crawler, Alberto. It's a creepy crawler. It is nightmare fuel. It is really, isn't it? What a horrible little thing. If I'd have... I did not mean to step out. I forgot it's just like a left stick forward, not B to escape. Or circle, rather. But yeah, it would be nice to go like back to some older games, because although I get the idea that we play these newer games to showcase that we've, you know, we are on the pulse, we are always doing new stuff, it's like we don't really get to experience them a lot. It depends on the game though, because like some games, like I was playing Neighbours Suburban Warfare. I don't know how I did this initially, I'm trying to remember, but I was playing Neighbours Suburban Warfare, and it's like, an hour of that is perfectly fun and fun to showcase to people how fun the game is, what you're doing it. Because this guy keeps always seeing me. Popular opinion, I think Starfield deserves a second shot. Do you know what? I would play Starfield if I had Game Pass. I recently... used my Game Pass free trial on PC to... We're going to exit and we're going to freaking sprint for it. We're going to get under here. And then we are free as a bird. I'm free as a bird now. How the hell do I get out of here? Oh, I sneak into here. Pop boy, pop boy, pop boy, pop boy, pop boy. I was slow, I was slow, I was slow. Now we need to run. I think Starfield just deserves a second shot. Do you know what? I've not even been able to like revisit Cyberpunk. I played Cyberpunk 2077 and since then I've never been able to really give it another go, so that would be nice for me personally, because like I'd like to play the game again. But you know, playing games that like sometimes, like, you know, this game, if let's say we did streams that are longer, I don't mind not doing longer streams. I think an hour certainly has certain benefits. Cyberpunk 27 on Switch 2. I don't think I'll be getting a Switch 2, unfortunately. And I think if I was going to get one, I would send it to you guys, because in ES, unless you guys are getting your own. But even then, you might as well have two, because you can make some video content on it. You know, have one for video, have one for other stuff, for like gameplay and reviewing. Because personally, Alberto, this is going to sound like blasphemy, I'm not incredibly hyped for the Switch 2. I can really take it or leave it. I wouldn't be buying it at launch. I'm not going to be buying it at launch. I would sort of just be quite happy waiting a year or two until a cool special edition of the console comes out, at which point I can get that and feel like, yeah, I've got my money's worth in it. Whereas right now, it's like, I'm sure it's going to be a great console. I'm not, my personal hype level is not an indicator. Little tease of our next chapter there. My personal hype indicator doesn't mean that I think it's going to be bad. Something I'm happy about though is GTA, man. That's got me hyped. That random trailer launch like earlier this week, because I'm in the Rockstar Discord, so I just got a random Discord mention, and I was like, who the hell is trying to speak to me right now? It's the middle of a work day, and then I saw that it was like from the Rockstar Discord, and I was like, what? And then, lo and behold, I checked the announcements, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the trailer's out. It's like, what? Also, there's like 50 million new screenshots. It's like, what? So that's how I found. That's why I was so hot on the case, because, you know, I do really need it. But yeah.
Fire? Hey, I'd almost forgotten how it felt. And salutations, burnt one. Fancy meeting one of your kind here. You're the caretaker of this little firecracker? I reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right?
Yeah, unfortunately, my height levels for Switch are
On
pretty.
one hand, it's just a matter of
fine.
walking down the road. But then on the other, the Midnight Walk has a mind of its own, and a mind to teach its rider a thing or two to boot. So if you are intending to walk the walk, you better... Ah, Howsy! Didn't
I
see
love
you
Howsy,
there.
dude. Look at him out there,
So
peeping.
glad to see you back
He
on the
peeping.
move. As I told you, it ran away from its owners. It's been waiting
Not
for
gonna
the
buy the Switch
right
too long, so
passerby
I'm interested to see
ever
something
since it
announced
ended up here. Well, Mac, don't let me keep y'all.
New reviewers, people.
See you down the
Join us.
Midnight Walk. And
I mean-
Burnt One. Wherever you end up this long night, keep that fire alive. It's really all that matters. Don't take my word for it. Just see for yourself.
I got my fire, but I feel like it's gonna run out. Let's lob a flame down here. Yeah. What? We need new reviews. We do kind of like. It would be nice if in UK we had a team of, or UK and ES could have like a team of freelancers, kind of like Sweden does. Bit disappointing you can't throw it right off the edge here. I guess it's more for your E3 lookout spots. But yeah, I've opened that. Yeah, because then we could have, say, people playing games that we don't necessarily get to play. Because the worst thing for me is when I get a review code in, or someone messages me, "Hey, do you want to check out this game?" And it's like, that game sounds like it's right up my alley, but unfortunately I have to play the big game that's coming. Because, and it's not unfortunately, it's unfortunate for that company slash the stuff that I'd like to do. Like, sometimes I preview a game and the PR gets back to me and they're like, "Hey, would you like to review it as well?" It's like, I would love to review it, I just don't have the time. I simply don't have the time, and that means that it's going to be late, and that means that you're not going to want to see it because it's going to be past embargo. It's very unfortunate. But if we had, let's say, like a team of freelancers that we could be like, "Hey, if you go check out this big game, or if you go check out this indie, then I'll be able to..." Shows you how to get the key, but I already knew how to get the key, so I'm in. We're in, we're locked in. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is one of the most interesting games that looks to be on the Switch 2 at the minute. I think the problem is that
don't venture into the swamp.
The Switch itself sold itself on what it is, right? The Switch sells itself on being a hybrid console.
Yearn for succulent heads like ours.
And yet, then the Switch 2 comes along and selling itself on the same thing but with more power, and the problem is that people really never have cared about the Switch's power. They've never really cared about being able to run modern games on it. And a lot of the games that are coming out for it are just games that are coming but later.
Get bent, limb tree. Don't touch me, you limb tree.
Limb tree. I love these people.
Oh, look at this fancy.
Give me that stick. I'll beat you to death.
Give it back. Oh, my stick. My favorite stick. Oh.
Screw you, stick boy. See you in hell. There's something here. Massive head.
What is this? A somebody?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I would have loved to have played the Old Scrolls Oblivion remaster, but I don't have the time. I did it a bit on stream, and I was like, wow, that was loads of fun. Still playing Claire, you know.
Can prove itself.
Haven't wrapped that yet.
There will be.
Well, I've wrapped it in terms of like story and stuff, but you know. Let me check how many achievements I've got.
Go away.
So I've got 7 achievements left to get. One of which is reaching level 99, because I'm level like 92 or something in a minute. I'm playing during these long nights. Yeah, we don't really have long nights. It's like, ooh, so we do this, we do this, we do this, and we do this. So the puzzle here, by the way, it's not really a puzzle, but the puzzle is to get all of the thingies up at once. And do that. Pot Boy can go in. I need to finish it before birth. Looking for the Platinum Trophy. Well, Claire, yeah, I mean, Platinum isn't actually that hard to get on Claire, I would say. It's basically, most of it is just doing the game. As long as you've beaten the mime in Lumiere, you won't have to go through a second playthrough. But even then, you can beat the let's let this guy speak, so he's not trying to speak over me. How rude.
The headmaster will decide. Enter, then.
So basically, you know, there's this mime in the prologue that I missed because I was playing the game for review, so I didn't know that there was all this stuff there.
You get out of here. We don't take kindly to somebody's walking around here with 2 feet.
Yeah, and that gives you a music record, but the problem is that you can only get that music record from that mime, but you can find that mime later on in the game, but you only get 1 chance for it, so make sure you've got your saves ready, basically. You can get the Platinum Trophy in 1 playthrough, which I think is quite nice, because I don't necessarily like it when gaming.
Why are you here?
Unless it's for like one specific ending versus another.
Well, you can't. We are too many. Yeah, you can't burn all of us. We would have. True fire. We nobodies haven't been graced by its warmth since the bodies were banished. They used fire for war. Yes. Now what's more, the somebody disturbs our peace and sets fire on things with its tiny fire devil.
It's a really pretty game. I love the fire
effect.
effect.
At once. Leave or face sour.
Oh. The gameplay is a big thing. No, the gameplay is very simple. It's not too simple when you're playing on a controller, but if you're VR, I think it would be really engaging. But then I don't know how these cutscenes would play in VR, because they seem like they need a big screen, you know, rather than you being able to look around. The voice acting is nice too, yeah. I feel like a lot of it is just by the people and the developers in the studio.
I guess I'm the headmaster now. As you've observed with your own head globes, we have a problem. It is called the Molgrim. The Molgrim? Recently she has become bold, moving ever closer to Nobodyville. You should help us get rid of her. Yes, get rid of her. Tame her. Just make it stop. And by the powers suddenly vested in me, I will, shall grant you passage through our fair Nobodyville. Here,
Nice.
take this. Blech. Blech. Now, go do the quest. Meet the problem head on. Tame the Molgrim, and we will. I shall grace actually let you pass through Nobodyville.
Missed that one. Missed that one. Missed that one. Maybe you just can't fire that far. There you go. Look out, Grandma. Low in this popsicle joint. Yeah, I just had to get a bit closer. Perfect. I would say one of my main critiques with it though, Alberto, was that like you get this matchlock gun, right? And it's good. But you don't really, there's a lot of mechanics like it in the game where you don't really use them more than a couple of times. Like it feels like they went, oh, you've just got this, let's use it a couple of times. You've just got this gun, you've just got this ability, you've just got this power, or you've just got this like mechanic that we've introduced, or this puzzle thing. Let's use it a lot right now, and then we don't really think about it anymore because we've got to get to the next thing. And it's like there's no real combination of what if we use the gun plus something else? What if we use, you know, this plus that? Because the game's so short as well, you don't really notice it that much, but it can feel like you've gone from one area where you use one specific mechanic to another, whereas the best kind of puzzlers will use both of these things. They will be able to do both without any bother. I do realise that actually if I kept hold of that VR thing that I gave to you guys in the Spanish office, which was a nightmare by the way, I don't know if you guys have even used that. I know that you guys have used that, it's just that I don't know if it was worth it is what I meant to say with you know how much, I don't know if Dav's told you how much we actually had to spend to end up getting it there in the end. Because Customs basically took it for the price that we paid, then held it and said actually we need more, otherwise we're going to destroy it, and also charge you for destroying it. And it's like, what?
You see, sucking their fire dry like.
Something I don't like as well is that if you switch, I don't like this in a lot of games where they do this. Yeah, I don't know if you heard the story of the VR headset, but it was a saga. But I'm glad it was gone, because I don't really like VR that much, and it was just collecting dust in my flat. So better it goes to a good home. Still mental that I got that. I got that alongside a review code of the VR like Sniper Elite game, which probably put me off VR more than most games would, because you have to really focus in while you're shooting. But anyway, this I think is a VR I could definitely handle. Why did he just walk away? I played VR a lot back in the day. I used to play a lot of Beat Saber at my friend's house because he had the whole VR setup with like cameras in his room and stuff, and it was really fun.
When a sinkhole devours your fire, give it up.
My issue with it was the Beat Saber was really cool, and it made me think, God, I actually think VR's got a future. And then I don't think VR's gone past the peak of Beat Saber. I think it peaked too early. I've got more experience. I played those 2 times. Yeah, like I think we can hit. I think we can hit a bit of fire from here. Yeah. And then we send that creature over there. As we do that, we just run past through here and out. And we'll save Pot Boy. And I think we can end the stream after we save Potboy, if we get there in time. Do we have any more matches? Oh no, she's killing Potboy. Yeah, VR, I used to play it a lot at my mate's house, and then I played that VR Sniper Elite, and I was like, actually, VR stinks. But I don't think it does. I think VR is actually quite good. Come on, Potboy. Let's get the hell out of here. I think we can probably just go here. Use our last match blast to do that and save Potboy the trouble. Ooh. We do not want to... Potboy, get out of the way! I can't see her! Oh, she might have just got me here, yeah. Okay, so we save Potboy. But we'll get to the next bit, and then I think we'll end the stream, because... Oh, we lost all our match lock things, so we're going to have to make use of Potboy here. Yeah, my sprinting tactic didn't really work as well. I think we've got to be super stealthy and sneaky when we can. I think games like this make me think maybe I could do VR, because this game, as I say, is only a few hours long. It's really not that... She's going to come here next, so probably want to stay out of her sight. Problem to me with VR games is when they require like more than a few hours to beat, and when they feel like they really make you sick within like 10 minutes. Because I would be playing Sniper Elite and then immediately have to, like, as soon as I started getting sick, it wasn't really as if I could like put the headset back on and then kind of feel not sick. I was just gonna be ill the whole time. And then Potboy can like this bad boy for me. And this opens, she escapes. But that isn't the end of the Mulgrim's tale, I tell you that. I tell ye that. The
Another old saying went, when dealing with a troubled and troublesome Mulgrim, do not light a fire beneath her,
Why are you doing
but
this to me,
help
Potboy?
her build one from within.
Why? His entire face is taking over the screen. Look at his massive head. Potboy! You evildoer. Sprint the hell out of here. But I think we should call it here, because I don't want to get into the next bit without sort of a map of the Mulgrim's lair. I cannot see that because the screen is so small when I stream from PlayStation. I don't know what I'll be doing next week, actually. What comes out next week? Elden Ring's out like the week... No, Elden Ring's not out till the 30th, is it? Let me have a look. Game releases May. But yeah, I think if any company ever wanted to send me a VR headset again, I promise I wouldn't give it away this time, but it would have to be for a game like this, where I would feel comfortable picking it up, putting it down. Although then again, I think that this would be quite a spooky one, you know? Maybe this less spooky. Metal Eden came out this week.
My neck hearkens the anguished howls of the Mulgrim.
Oh, Among Us 3D came
and
out.
the bitter batter of
Death of
feet.
Forms.
A somebody and its flame, albeit a
Time to
small one.
Doom. Yeah, I guess.
Enough.
I think Ben will have Doom though. Ben's already been playing Doom
Mulgrim's
for a
precious
review.
shards. They must be returned to her lair, to her cauldron. Only then may the cleansing fire burn.
Otherwise, there's really kind of nothing. Maybe Oblivion, but as I said, I already used my free PC trial to play Oblivion for stream for Game Pass, so unless I can get a code off Bethesda, I really don't think I could go back to Oblivion. I don't pay for Game Pass, and I don't think I really I don't particularly currently want to fork out that extra money. I just paid for a holiday, Alberto, so look at that big forehead. Get the hell out of here, woman. Alright. As we see off the Mulgrim for another day. That's where I'm going to end the stream. And that's where I'm going to stop recording here. So, thank you for joining me on GR Live. That was the Midnight Walk. It is currently out now on PlayStation. It's on Steam as well, and it's on VR via both of those platforms. Check it out. It is good. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Check out the review if you want to learn more about it. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. As I said, I don't know what I'm playing, but I'll probably discuss it now with Alberto on stream. So if you want to see me ramble for a few more minutes, always join the lives when you can. Otherwise, see you time. See you time. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Right, recording done. So Ben's doing Revenge of the Savage Planet tomorrow, Alberto. Oh, don't worry about it, by the way, with the Oblivion. I love you too. Don't worry about Oblivion, because, like, it's one of those. I'll probably pick it up and play it myself at some point. I just don't really, at the minute, because I've got Claire, and I've still got a Rogue Trader playthrough that I keep going back to and dropping for, like, I'll go back to it for a bit, and then when a new game comes in, or a few new games come in, I'll have to drop it again. So I leave it, like, constantly months at a time. But they announced the new DLC for that, so I'm hoping that by the time I pick it back up again, or definitely before I finish the game, the second DLC will be out, and I can play that. Because I've put like 50 hours into it, Rogue Trader, and I'm on Act 2 of 5. You know what I mean? Like, it's a huge game. It really is. That's not one you're able to go through all the achievements for in one, because there's an achievement for keeping like a bit of disease on you throughout the entire game and not taking it off until the end. So. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be Doom the Dark Ages for Ben on thingy. There's this game called Void Sales on PC. Maybe I could play that. Otherwise, I have no clue what I'm going to play. The week after will be tricky because I'm away for an event in Paris. So we'll have to see on that one. But I'm hoping that Elden Ring Night Rain could be on there. I'm hoping to pick it up for PC. Everyone's saying Elden Ring Night Rain's coming to Xbox One. I didn't know this. I thought it was just coming to PS4. Elden Ring Night... I guess there's no reason why it shouldn't come to Xbox One. But I think the Xbox One version only has... You can only crossplay with Xbox One. So we'll have to see that. Platforms. Yeah, it's Xbox One. That was another one where, like, From Software, I think, just do the best collector's edition in the game. Because I was nearly like, I'll buy the collector's edition for this. I never want to buy the collector's edition for that. I don't have £200 to spend. But they do these statues and they do all these lovely art books and stuff. And it's like, God damn, that looks good. Anyway. That'll be me, I think. Thank you very much, Alberto. Thank you very much, anyone else who joined in. And I'll see you when I see you next, which should hopefully be soon. Let me just actually flick back to this to turn the PlayStation off, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to turn it off. GG!